we got to talk about Cap and this end of phase five. But
Oh
before we get
boy.
to that, there's also, yeah, there's also, you brought this up. Mickey 17 is coming out, Bong Joon-ho's new film after we've been waiting for him to create a new film since 2019's Parasite blew up not only would you say it blew up the box office? Definitely blew up the
Yeah,
award circuit.
for sure.
Uh, but he definitely made a huge splash with that movie. And now we've got 6 years later, Mickey 17 with the one and only Robert Pattinson, who is just dying over and over and over and over and over again. And he's all the Mickeys. So
Uh,
your interest level is pretty high for this movie.
it is about as high as it can go. And I saw a headline that said the reviews are coming in. So we thought, hey, emergency Rotten Tomatoes prediction for
We
Mickey
have to.
17, which comes out on, let's see here, March 7th. It's
I was
been
gonna
moved
say,
around quite a bit. I think it was like
yeah,
January. I think it was last summer it was supposed to come out and then bumped
yeah.
here and there. Uh, Interest level is at its peak. I
Peak.
like Bong Joon-ho. I think Robert Pattinson is he's one of my goats right now.
So with this, right, at this moment, will you say that Mickey 17 is your most anticipated movie of like the first half of this year?
It might be. It might be. I don't know what I would have originally said, but we got a new trailer recently and it looks really funny,
Yeah,
which is
it
maybe
definitely.
not what I expected when I read
Yeah.
the premise of this.
Hmm.
But it looks like it's super funny. Pattinson looks amazing. We have Stephen Yun,
Mm.
Tony Collette, Mark Ruffalo, and I guess this premiered the 75th Berlin International Film Festival, or it's scheduled to. Somehow this has already been reviewed enough to warrant a headline. So we want to jump on this before we have any idea what it's
Yeah.
going to be. I always ask this every single time. We should be more prepared when we start this. Would you like to go first, or do you want me to guess first?
You can go first. This though is we're flipping the switch. We gotta, like you said, do an audible. It's an emergency guess game. So that's why we're not as prepared because it's literally, basically breaking news. So,
I
yeah,
want to click on Bong's name on Rotten Tomatoes to see his scores for his previous
yeah.
movies, but I know it's going to show the Mickey 17, so I'm not going to do it. But
Okay.
we know that Parasite, would you say 99% on Rotten Tomatoes?
99.
I mean,
Yep,
it's
from
not going to be that.
critics.
It's not going to be that. His movies, I feel like, consistently get pretty high scores.
Yeah, they
I
do.
think Okja was in the 70s, maybe.
Mm,
Snowpiercer, I want to guess, was probably in the 80s.
it was 95, I believe.
Snowpiercer?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Let me see here.
Don't
Because
don't
I
you be
did
cheating.
No, I promise I did not. I did look at because you mentioned having seen Okja. Let me pull it over on this screen. Okja actually got 87%, Snowpiercer 94%, Mother 96%, not to be confused with the mother of Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes.
Um, but that movie came out in 2010. So he also had Tokyo the Host. Tokyo got 76%. The Host got
Hmm.
93%. And then also, there's Memoirs of Murder. Came out in 2003, 95%. Barking Dogs Never Bite, 88%. So that was his first. Barking Dogs came out in 2000, his first major film, it looks like. And I also want to say he's traditionally the writer-director for these movies. I see a screenwriter credit attached to every single release that he's had.
And
Um,
he wrote this one.
yeah.
Wrote and directed
So,
this one. So what you did you say you wanted me to go first?
yeah, why don't you go first?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Consistently in the 80s, in the 90s. This looks great. I don't think the delay in release has anything to do with the quality of this movie. I'm going to lock in, let's do 89%.
Oh,
Ooh, that's high.
man, that puts me in a tricky spot.
It actually doesn't. You could do 88 and have all that
Full
to work
Rain.
with.
I don't honestly. I do see. My thing is, I think it's going to be in the 90s.
Mm,
There's something for me personally. I feel like this movie will be in the 80s for me. I can't grade based on my feelings. I've got to guess how I think that the critics, like what they'll end up saying. Ah, man, I gotta go. I gotta go with my gut. I'm going with 93%.
oh yes, I wanted you to do at least 90.
Yeah,
90.
I'm
Wow.
going.
Okay, 93.
I'm going above. I think. I
93.
don't know. And we'll see, but I've got a feeling that this will be in the 90s. I've just got a feeling. I think for me, it's going to be in the low 80s, maybe even 70s. But this looks good. I just don't think it looks that good. I feel like this is too much like Live, Die, Repeat or Edge of Tomorrow, whatever you want to call that movie.
Interesting.
Yeah. It has too much of that sameness that mixed in with Moon. I feel
You
like
know what
if
it
you
doesn't have in it though?
Robert Pattinson,
Bobby
those
P.
movies,
Bobby P.
or the Batman.
I don't know. This is one of those things, and I've said this before. I will find things funny, but I don't laugh out loud a lot. It's got to really get me going. And there's things in this trailer that fill me with such delight that I audibly laugh. And it's just unexpected to me because I did not think that going into what the previews that it was
Yeah,
going to be a kind of comedic in
yeah,
how it's telling the story.
a yuck fest.
Oh boy, I cannot wait.
I mean, I'm excited for you. I'm also reluctantly optimistic. I'll say that.
We're going to find out.